We've been trying to tell better stories about women and clergy and the church because we really need to tell better stories. Instead of just complaining about it, what if we flood the airwaves with something different?
I remember sitting in the classroom observing with my husband, and I thought to myself, it would be so awesome to be able to be here too. And we met with the admissions director, and he just must have had some kind of sense. And he said, have you ever considered both of you attending seminary? We've got some scholarships for people who attend together. So if you are interested in that, that would be, a possibility. And we really thought about it. We prayed about it. I applied for some jobs in the community, and we decided we'll just try seminary together for one semester. And if it's terrible, then we'll do something else. And one semester led to another. I had no idea we'd be called to co-pastor. I had never heard of co-pastoring, but it just so happened in our graduating class, between our class and the class 1 year above us, there were 11 clergy couples.
Wow.
Yeah. And they all kind of discerned and did different things. Some of them have served together in ministry. Some have served separate churches. Some of them, one became a parish minister and the other went into social work or biblical counseling or something like that. But we had a lot of examples and people to talk to about what this would practically look like. But all through that journey, my one hesitation was I can be a pastor, but I can't preach. I don't know why that was just lodged in my mind, that everything was open to me except for that.
So was your resistance, was it in, you didn't think that you should as a woman, or was it based on what you thought you were capable of?
Yeah. So
your gifting.
So I had never had an example. So there was that limitation. I couldn't envision women preaching. I had never seen it. But then in high school and in college, very much got surrounded by the theological idea that women weren't allowed to preach. And I had always been passionate. I'm an introvert.
Me too, same.
Yeah. And so the idea of public speaking is, of course, terrifying. But I had always enjoyed giving speeches. We did mock trial when I was in high school, and I was the quiet, shy person who never said anything. But I remember my classmates saying, boy, she could be a lawyer. Because I found energy in speaking and offering things to others. And so I really had to work to deconstruct that idea that women weren't allowed to preach. But it was important to me to take the Bible seriously. I didn't want to just say, well, I feel this way, even though the Bible says this. And so I underwent a process of study and reading and discernment. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't just doing what I wanted to do.
Right.
And I remember in seminary, this is one of my favorite things. My New Testament teacher was teaching on the book of 1 Corinthians. And he got to the chapter about women are to be silent, and he skipped it.
Whoa.
And I raised my hand and I said, you can't skip that. I need to know. I need answers. And he looked at the classroom, and bless his heart, he said, is there anybody else here that really wants to talk about that? And everybody put their hands up. And he said, I'll tell you what, if you want to gather here at 7:00 this evening, let's do it. Let's talk about it. And so we did. And it was the first time that I had heard someone make a compelling biblical argument that God calls women to teach and lead just the same as men. So that was really the beginning of my journey. That was a profoundly important time for me.
Wow. And that's so fabulous. And how, how the Spirit just rose up in you, and that holy, my friend. We've been trying to tell better stories about women and clergy and the church because we really need to tell better stories. Instead of just complaining about it, what if we flood the airwaves with something different?